I'm Kristin Schneider, and I'm the Vice President of Client Excellence at Unidine. What do I do all day? I make sure that we are communicating with our clients and translating the client's feedback into actionable insight with our operations team and our support teams. So I'm really here to make sure we communicate well with our clients, we listen to them, we do it at a frequency and cadence that is often enough so that we're always up to date with what they're thinking about, and then we make sure we do something great with it.
Hello and welcome to Unidine's Fresh Thinking Lounge, where we take a fresh approach, fresh perspective, and fresh point of view on food and dining management services. I'm Victoria Vega, your host, and joining me today is Kristin Schneider, Vice President of Client Excellence at Unidine.
Happy to be here.
Thanks for driving up from Philadelphia to step in to the Fresh Thinking Lounge today.
I always love coming to the office and enjoying beautiful Boston sunshine today.
Well, we are lucky. Like sunshine, hospitality and food are unique experiences for everyone. We look forward to hearing how client excellence plays a continuous role in creating customized solutions for our discerning customers. Let's jump right in. Part of Unidine's values include making commitments we live up to and doing what we say we will. How does this behavioral differentiator manifest in our client relationships, Kristin?
Yeah, well, I think so much of our role in client excellence is bringing that value to life, making sure what we have learned about a client in the new business process, making sure that it comes to life as we transition into a current provider for our client. So the way one of my clients described this the other day is, Kristin, we're a year into the relationship. I feel like we're out of the honeymoon stage. I said, oh, that means we're in the rocky first couple of years of a marriage. And she laughed. And we both kind of agreed that's what, any great business relationship is like. Part of my team's role is making those first years, as well as all the years, as smooth as possible. And I think, that might make me the official marriage counselor at Unidine for our clients and our operators, making sure there's kind of a neutral party at the table that is helping listen to both sides. Where are they struggling to really connect and thrive together, and helping everyone make some breakthroughs. Because we all know a happy marriage is possible. Sometimes it just takes a whole team of people working to make it that way.
Well, marriage certainly is hard work, so it sounds like you go through the euphoria of when you first meet, and that could be the director of business development that starts that relationship. And then you mentioned about expectations, so I'm sure that there are meetings prior to taking over a client's community or opening day that set the tone.
Absolutely. So we have a formal process called an expectations meeting. And that's all about the new business development professional and the clients really clearly communicating to the incoming operations team and the support people who are helping bring kind of the client's dreams to life through our service. And we believe that is particularly important to have to get everyone's ideas and thoughts and expectations out on the table, to make sure the team that is charged with then bringing that to life understands the why behind those things, so that if there's challenges along the way bringing it to life, we can have that communication as it happens and not have a client who kind of has dashed expectations 3, 6, 9 months into the relationship. As clean as you can keep that back and forth as challenges happen, the faster you just really have a very smooth opening. And as normal bumps come along, you're all ready to communicate it because you started off on a really strong process step.
Well, it seems like it really takes a village to move through the initial meeting, through the opening, to fostering and developing that relationship. As you said, the changing expectations as you get further down the road, and then looking to move to a long-term partnership. I know the keys to some of that is strong financial performance coupled with exceptional hospitality. But hearing how process is critical to bringing all those points of view together. Can you tell me a little bit about the quarterly business review format and how that adds value
Right.
for a client partnership?
Yeah, I mean, I personally have lived how critical quarterly business reviews are in business that I ran early in my career as an operator, and then now as I coach our teams to great client relationships. We always did quarterly business reviews in the early part of my career. And back in the old days, it was printed and we had a special binder they went in for our client. Very formal. Now it's a digital file in someone's folder on their email, so a little different. But back in the old days, we had the very formal binder, and one day I got a brand new client. And as a young operations manager, that made me really nervous. And I thought, oh, I had such a great relationship with the former one. What's this new one going to be like? And our very first meeting, I walked in, had a seat across from him at his desk, and he turned and he pulled that binder off of his shelf. He said, Kristin, you know, your former client handed this to me and said, you're in good hands. But I've been looking through all this, and it's an incredible record of what's been happening here. Let's talk about moving forward together. And so it was a very fast way for me to build another successful relationship. So that's ultimately what we're trying to do with quarterly business reviews several decades later. It's about formally documenting performance, but it's also about making sure both teams step up to the table and start dreaming and being strategic together also. It's very normal for us to interact with our clients about what time does the dinner service start, or what are we having for the special summer barbecue. All good things to work on, but very tactical. So the quarterly business review is a meaningful time to pause and to both record those tactics and what they resulted in, but also to talk about what's coming up for the next quarter, what's the next year look like, where do we think the marketplace is going together, are there new buildings being developed, and so on. And so it simply is a formal practice to make sure we both talk tactics and strategy with our clients all the time.
I love the idea of envisioning it as dreaming,
Mm-hmm.
because it really lets you put everything literally on the table to be able to set your course and move forward truly in tandem and in partnership. And it sounds like, separate from the excitement of what can be, is also, as you stated, the risk analysis of where the true opportunities are. What extra steps do you recommend that help operators bring their community from good to great? And how do we delight our residents along the way?
Right. Well, when I help our teams with risk analysis, it's looking at anything and everything that might interrupt a partnership. So sometimes that is just normal changes in the community. Right now we're coming through COVID. Census is down. There's a lot of challenges in a business. That's not a risk either party naturally thought of causing. That's a risk everyone in this community is dealing with. So to pause to say, hey, wow, this is a business risk. How can we creatively solve for this together? What are the client's critical business needs? And how could our services and our creativity help them impact? That's the kind of thing that lowers the risk of changing food service providers or support services providers. When you have a partner that is really focused on what matters most to our clients, that lowers the risk. It also helps you all grow together and create new opportunities. So that's a bit of how we look at risk. We also look at other changes in business, changes in resident profiles or portfolios. Different service levels sometimes change in communities, and we want to always be talking about that, listening well, and then, like you said, bringing the village to really have great action steps for our clients.
Well, it sounds like listening plays a key role, and it may just not be in food and dining management. It may be listening to what our clients' challenges are outside of the dining rooms or meal delivery. It may be something that's more systemic to their community that may have impact on their brand. And I'm sure you would agree, if Unidine can have a voice or a point of view to be able to support their goals, that as well would strengthen the relationship. So in the end, really client excellence is about the qualitative as well as quantitative metrics to help move forward, determine the mutual success, identify the risk, and then solve for those solutions while simultaneously having a strategy that moves the business forward in tune with our clients' goals.
Absolutely. I mean, we want excellence for our clients, and that's what me and my team are here to focus on.
Well, you heard it here, everybody. It's about delivering excellence to our clients. And thank you for bringing that perspective to the Fresh Thinking Lounge today, Kristin.
My pleasure, Victoria.